back, or did he really die? You know, that's another thing you could do, or you could use the time stone to bring him back.
Yeah, I mean, or something with Doctor Strange could multiverse, anything. Especially with that movie, I feel like that's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of weird things happening. So that'll allow for things that don't make sense for a normal story or universe. It would make sense for that because of the multiverse theory.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with you. It would take away a little bit of maybe a rewatch value for the first one because you know he's back and his character. But then you could also have a character development for him as well. You know, his see some growth on his end. Maybe he would still kind of be that vicious type of leader, but not so much as he was in the first one. Kind of taking T'Challa's lead, or kind of, but with more aggression. And then maybe learning how to control that, or whatever it could be. I'm just, kind of guessing here.
Yes.
But I mean, Disney, if you're listening, feel free to take my idea. Just put my name in the credits. Whatever. I mean, I would totally be excited, like you said. Would it take away from the first movie? Yeah, it would a little bit, but I'm willing to take that loss, maybe, to get him in it. But I mean, I would like to see the story of his sister too. And I think that would be really cool also for females to get another superhero to look up to, little girls. I mean, they have Captain Marvel, Black Widow, Wonder Woman. Those are white women. So I think, it would be for a little black girl. I think that would be awesome for her to be like, like we were saying with Black Panther, that's someone that some little kid could look up to that didn't have a hero like that looked like them, that could be like, there's no heroes that really look like me, so I can't be a superhero because none of them look like me, which I've heard before, and it sucks. So, but I think that's something that's probably I want to say that's like 80% the route they're going to go with her. So I'm not going to be mad with that either. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And hopefully it lives up to the first one. And Coogler's getting the series also for Disney Plus. So that's going to be super exciting as well.
So it's going to be better. He's going to develop a bunch of stuff, dude. And that's the thing when, like, you go in blank with something, you kind of have like free reign as to like what direction or what new character you want to introduce, Yeah,
I want to say he's almost like the James Gunn, like another, like, because James Gunn at one point was like, he was before that whole scandal thing with Twitter or whatever it was, from 10 years ago. He was going to be like this guy who was going to lead a bunch of things for Disney, for Marvel upcoming movies and stuff like that. And I think they were so impressed with his stuff, that's why they did that. But then you have Ryan Coogler, who Black Panther is such a loved movie, and it's a game changer that they see what he can do and they want to see more of that. So I'm super excited, and I think that's awesome for them to do that.
Yeah, for sure. That's once you can get in charge of like a series, or like you're getting something where you have to create a large world, I think you get free reins, and I think that's amazing that they're giving him this. I just want to see how the execution's going to be,
Right.
And what developing, because you could tell he knows how to develop characters, So let's see if he could do it for a long period of time.
All right. The Wakanda location actually shows up on a monitor in Iron Man 2 for the first time. It's said to be located close to southern Sudan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
A little Easter egg there for you guys. The fighting style throughout the film is actually inspired by African martial arts.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
This was
That's cool. I love how they like dive deep into that. Like they get their shit right. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's
they're not
tons
just throwing it together.
There's tons of research where everything from even like the rituals down to what they wear, down to the hieroglyphics of the language,
right.
Like so many hours of preparation and care and love went into this, and that's what I'm saying. Like when you're watching, when you get to watch it, like the rewatch value of this is so high because there's so much little things that you're gonna miss, and you're gonna, I pick up. This is one of these films that each time I watch it, I'm picking up new stuff that I'm just like, that is such a crazy little detail that you know what I mean? Like Coogler's a fucking genius.
Yes. For sure.
This was the first MCU film to surpass its production cost on its opening weekend, grossing $202 million in those first couple days. Insane.
Dang, nice. That's crazy.
Yeah, right? And it's like, well, fellas, like, this is a success. And it's like barely Sunday. Wow.
Gosh.
Hannah Beachler became the first black person to be nominated and win for Best Production Design for the Academy Awards. So, breaking down barriers.
That's cool.
And then the film actually in total took home 3 Academy Awards that year for Best Costume, Production Design, and Best Original Score.
Yeah, score was nice.
Originally, the villain was going to be Kraven the Hunter, who is a common enemy of Black Panther, but Kraven, as we talked about in the news, is under licensing under the Spider-Man banner. So I guess because Coogler actually started writing for Kraven to be the big villain for this first film, but Sony said no. They were like, no, we're not giving you the rights for that. Angela Bassett has been in 2 comic book films. One of them obviously is Black Panther, and then the first one was 2011's Green Lantern.
Nice.
She was in Green Lantern?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a scientist, right?
Yeah, because nobody remembers that movie. That's why.
Yeah.
Don't talk about that
movie. Chadwick-Boseman fought for his character to have a distinct accent, although Marvel was very scared to approve this at first. I guess they wondered whether it would be too much for the audience to digest. Weird.
Really? That's weird. Yeah, that's really? Like, why wouldn't he have an accent? Like, he's great. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
That's what I think. Because with Chadwick's accent, and everybody on Wakanda with their, with the way that they talk and carry themselves, they have this very kind of prestigious, very classy way that they carry themselves, and that's what kind of brought me out of, I feel like, with Killmonger being kind of never brought into that world properly. That's why he stands out as this kind of like like he stands out like a sore thumb because the way that he talks, the way that he talks, it's very crude and very, it's very different than how
he's Americanized.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something. I wonder that if people really understand that, like in the context of the story, how really important that is. The way how different, different Killmonger is, but. I digress from the facts. Donald Glover actually helped write a few of the jokes, specifically for Cherie.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Dang, that guy's everywhere.
He is. Gambino. And then my last fun fact for the evening, Michael B. Jordan actually spent 2.5 hours each day during the production for his to do the scar makeup.
Wow, that's so crazy. That's so much. Like kudos to like all actors who do that stuff with like extreme makeup. Because I know there's like, I mean, 2 hours is a long time just to sit in a chair and not move.
Also, I wonder how I'm sure they have like templates or whatever, but I wonder how they get the placement. If he's really taking them off and putting them back on each time, how they're getting the placement exact, you know what I mean? Like that must.
I know. I'm pretty sure I've seen some, I think with like Drax and stuff, I've seen where like they actually take pictures of it when it's finished the first time, so that it's like it's accurate. So like nerdy people like us, like when they watch a movie, they're like, oh no, like that one's like 2 inches to the left of the last scene. Like it's different in this scene, and then like, so I'm pretty sure that's what they do. They actually take Polaroids of it so they can see how the makeup or the artificial things that they're putting on them match up with every scene or take.
Because I think he has 90 plus scars that are being applied, and I also read that it takes when he would want to take them off, he would have to spend 2 hours just in the sauna for them to be like taken off of his body. So pretty intense. That's 4 hours in total a day just to apply and take off your makeup, like not including 4 hours gone, not including actual stunt work or being on a set for 12 to 16 hours per day, plus 4 hours just to get your makeup done and take it.
Fuck, dude. Wow. Fuck. You have to have patience for that shit, dude. Like, for real.
I mean, it looks really good. Anyway.
It looks sick. Yeah,
aesthetically. All the girls were still like drooling all over him, so it doesn't matter. But yeah. If anybody out there, I'm sure everybody has seen this if they're listening to it, but if you haven't, you can check it out on Disney Plus right now. Also, Disney Plus has this really cool thing where you can watch all of the MCU movies up to date, I believe, in chronological order of how they are supposed to happen within the MCU, which I think is pretty fucking cool.
That is awesome for them to do that.
Yep. They have a time, it's like the correct timeline. And when I was going through it, I didn't watch them all yet, but I want to. But going through it, I was just like, oh, this makes sense. Like, I didn't even think about it in that capacity. So pretty wild.
Do we have a pick for next week?
Yes, I believe I talked to Anaris earlier, so that way we wouldn't just not have anything ready. And I think he wants to keep how do you say the
Black History Month.
Black History Month. That vibe kind of rolling. He picked actually 1978's Rockers, which is like a documentary.
Damn. All right. Do you know if it's streaming anywhere?
Yes, it's free on Tubi. So, yeah, and it's got an 86 on Rotten. I know he's wrecked this a couple of times, so we are going to, now we're going to talk about it in full.
Nice.